Hi, I'm Michael Craig, author of The Logical Soul. Today I want to cover something that's a really helpful tool if you want to discover your why. Remember in previous videos I talked about how to discover what the why is, what is your why, and the different types of whys, different types of motivation. Today I want to go over how you can discover your why. And not only discover your why, but discover what's underneath the why and why you're not getting, for example, the money that you want, or why you can't accept the love that you need, or something. And so this is just a tool. It's called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. There are various other names for it. As a chiropractor, I use this tool extensively for working on the physical body and discovering energy patterns in the body, things like that. It can also be used for discovering statements, your underlying subconscious statements, how your body and your subconscious reacts to your conscious thoughts, determinations, decisions, things like that. So, for example, if you make a decision about something and your body agrees with you, your subconscious agrees with you, and for this purposes we're using the body and the subconscious interchangeably because they seem to react the very same way as far as this test goes. Now, let's make a statement that we know is true. Like, this is my wife, Brigitta. So she's going to make a statement like, my name is Brigitta.
My name is Brigitta.
Hold. And so what I do is, as you'll notice, she was strong when I pressed. And all I'm using is about 3 pounds of pressure, 3 fingers, pressing just very slightly on her deltoid muscle, which is right here. I'm just using a strong muscle. You could use a knee or leg, or sometimes if you want to self-test, if you're just doing this by yourself, you can even form a loop. And then you can try to open that loop. Yes, no, yes, no. It's sort of a very inexpensive lie detector test that you can use to discover your own yeses and nos, whether or not you're congruent or whether or not you're in alignment with an underlying belief or an underlying decision, whether or not your subconscious is in alignment with your conscious decision. So you're in alignment with being Brigitta, obviously, because that's your name. Let's make a statement that, for example, I raise goats in my backyard.
I raise goats in my backyard.
Hold? No. That's not true, therefore the subconscious goes, it's not true. The involuntary muscles don't support the voluntary muscles at that point. She goes slightly weak. Try that. It's a really interesting way of doing yeses and nos. It's been used by agencies, it's been used by chiropractors, by doctors. A lot of different people use this technique to discover underlying causes, underlying beliefs, underlying subconscious patterning, things like that. You can use it to discover your why. If you, say for example, want to go in business, this can save you a lot of time and trouble and effort by first discovering whether or not you're congruent or in alignment with that business. Say, I choose to have a multi-million-dollar business right now.
I choose to have a multi-million-dollar business right now.
Oh, good. She's strong. Now, you may not be strong on that. You may have attitudes, beliefs, thoughts about money. And in the money matrix method, I go into these beliefs and thoughts about money. For example, how much money can you accept? If I were to have a blank check, say my friends Bill Gates and Donald Trump suddenly wanted to become Buddhist monks and they wanted to give up all their money. They gave me their checkbooks and their assets and said, get rid of all this money as soon as possible, hopefully today. And I had to write you a check. How much money could you accept? That seems to be a big stopper for a lot of people. So we've worked with Brigitta, so I know that she's pretty much worked on that, and that's not an issue. But let's see, how much money can you accept? I can accept at least $1 million.
I can accept at least $1 million.
Oh, I can accept at least $20 billion.
I can accept at least $20 billion.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. The fact of the matter is you can also work on things like how much can you earn, how much can you accept, how much are you worth, how much money are you worth. And I'm not talking about your worth as a human being because that's priceless, obviously, but how much are you worth in terms of actual money. Also in the money matrix method, I go into things like I can be worth a certain amount, or I can accept a certain amount, or I can earn a certain amount, or I can act on a certain amount. Test the levels at where you can get these. And I also go into things like ancestors, mother, father, things like that. Relationships are very important when it comes to money. If you don't have these pieces in place before you start a business or before you look to make money online or at your home business, you're going to have some problems down the road. And you're going to be limited in the amount of money you can accept, how much you can earn, how much you can act on, things like that. I do urge you to get the money matrix method, read through it, practice the little exercises that are given. They're not difficult at all. Begin to discover those underlying patterns that are stopping you from success, stopping you from earning the money that you need to earn right now. Talk to you later. This is Michael Craig, IncomeAtHomeSecrets.com. That's where you are. Thanks for joining us.